This next one is unbelievable. It is so wild. It's got all the pieces: future, science, Florida, mosquitoes.
Definitely Florida.
It is an absolutely comprehensive read, and I recommend if any of you guys find this interesting to head over to Futurism and actually go through it, because I'm only going to be able to scratch the surface in this clip. A biotech company is releasing 500 million gene-hacked mosquitoes in Florida, and some residents are not super happy about it. This is a tiny little area in the Florida Keys called Isla Morada. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's these tiny little islands. They got real problems with mosquitoes. Mosquitoes, as many people know, they transfer a lot of disease, right? Malaria and West Nile. And I think mosquitoes kill more people every year than any other creature. Most of it outside the U.S., obviously, but they're a problem in a lot of places. And people have been trying to figure out what to do about it because, you know, they're part of the ecosystem. But they're thriving over there. And this company, this, what are they, gene hacking biotech company, figured that they were going to do a mosquito. The company's called Oxitec, by the way. They were going to release 500 million gene-hacked mosquitoes that would be engineered to kill off the other mosquitoes. These would be male mosquitoes which don't bite, which would then breed with female mosquitoes that do bite. And then that offspring would not be viable. The offspring would carry this genetic alteration, which would mean that the next generation couldn't breed. You understand where does that make any sense?
No. Can you say that again?
Okay. We're going to say it again. Oxitec, we're going to say it again. Okay. After a years-long process, the EPA approved Oxitec's plan in May 2020 through an experimental use permit. They inserted a gene called OX5034. Oxitec says that the mosquitoes, all males, which don't bite humans, will breed with wild females, which do bite. They'll pass on the OX5034 gene, a hereditary payload that prevents any female offspring from reaching adulthood. Those are the ones that do bite.
Oh, so they're breeding mosquitoes not to bite humans.
They're breeding female mosquitoes that will not reach adulthood, so they won't ever get to the point of being capable of biting.
I see.
Well, they would die off. Any female carrying that gene would die off. The theory is that the more gene-hacked mosquitoes and their descendants that reproduce, the fewer biting female mosquitoes would be in the area. Now, the reason, the incentive here is that you got the diseases that are born of mosquito transmission, dengue, Zika, and it's a relatively small percentage of the overall mosquito population that transmits these things, apparently. They're going to target the mosquito species Aedes aegypti. They make up 2 to 4% of the mosquito population in the Florida Keys, but they're associated with nearly all cases of mosquito-borne illnesses. So they're going after a very specific group. Now, in order to achieve this, they went around to local residents and they said, we got to sign this document with the mosquito control, but they're actually this private company, obviously, but they say, you know, here's the document. Do you want to let us do this? And then a lot of people say, mosquito control sounds great. Let me sign off on this. And now people looking more deeply into it, it's like, I don't know if I want to be a part of this experiment. Well, that people are concerned about hybrids. People are concerned about, are you sure you're not going to be viable? I mean, it's a Jurassic Park moment.
Yeah.
What's going to go on with these mosquitoes? Are you going to get like some super version? Now they say, no, it's a small experiment. Don't worry. If that happens, if we collect a hybrid that's carrying the gene, we'll cut the whole thing off. But they're having a big conversation, big discussion about it. What they should and shouldn't do, and it's complex.
Yeah.
Because you have the risk factor involved. It's like so many situations, human life, 2021. You have the risk factor involved with leaving things the way they are, and then you have the risk factor involved with highly modifying the scenario.
Yeah.
Genetically, in this case. So it's a couple of different points of views, but it, like I said, is far more comprehensive than what I could get into. The article goes into great depth over the potential dangers of such a thing and the potential upside of such a thing. So check out Futurism for the whole thing. But yeah.
Would you sign up for something like this?
Gene hack mosquitoes. Well, here's the other thing about it. If I'm one of the residents that's like, no, you can't place that device on my property, well, my neighbor could say yes.
Yeah.
So like a mosquito doesn't see your property line. So it really does matter what the community thinks. And maybe that's the way the thing has to go about, is like some sort of community vote or something, as opposed to going to each individual resident. But it's, yeah, it is a real,
it's a tough call,
it is a real problem.
Yeah.
The mosquito stuff. I don't know about you. I mean, how you feel about mosquitoes? I'm surprised people are standing up for mosquitoes, but I guess there's the...
well, they definitely have to be in the ecosystem, right? Because I think a lot of...
oh, yeah. No. It's the type of thing you go in, you mod one little thing, and then all of a sudden